much
Yeah.
because like sometimes your gear is how people connect with you.
Yeah.
That's why when you look at a lot of wrestlers and they wear the same thing over and over and over again, you're like, you're like okay, you get used to it. And they're like, okay, John Cena. If I say John Cena, you know exactly what he wears. You know what I'm saying?
Jean shorts, knee pads, armband, and a t-shirt.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then when he changes the color, like, oh my god, that is so cool. Like it's a
Right.
different color. And it's just a color change. But he saves the color changes for like important moments. Um, Same thing with like 99% of the wrestlers. If I say Stone Cold, you know exactly what he wears.
Yeah.
You know? He never really changed his look in
Yeah.
regards to like, you know, he always kept it the same. Same thing with Taker. I can tell you Taker and you'd be like, okay, well, which one? If I say if you know, like he has different looks, but for the most part the idea of him always stayed the same.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same
So
thing like with Kane, basically.
same thing.
All it was basically the same pants, just with the stitching and a different
Small
look.
small little changes versus a drastic change.
Right. What was so? How did you get your start in the wrestling world?
So funny enough, when was it 2000? I'm not going to name a year, but I don't want to age myself out. So John Cena was doing a signing at Carousel Mall in Syracuse.
Okay.
It's like when he first, like around the time he just became like the Doctor Thugonomics or whatever, and there was a wrestling school handing out flyers um, to learn to be a wrestler. I had already had my eye on going to Killer Kowalski school at the time.
Okay.
So I started to like before I went to 2CW, which is where the place I was handing out flyers. I went to Killer Kowalski school for about 6 months, and then he got really sick, and they just kind of stopped classes. So then the guy that actually owned 2CW, the school, he was trained and graduated in the same class as Hunter Hearst Helmsley from Killer Kowalski school. So we went there, and I went there and started training there, and yeah, I mean, it was kind of I was a young kid. I started when I was 16, so I wasn't as consistent as I should have been. Um, so it was just it took me a long time to kind of get the hang of
Was
stuff.
you
Like I was not a natural athlete whatsoever. I was like in any way, shape, or form.
okay?
Um, so then after graduating from there, I did a couple matches. I moved into Florida. When I moved to Florida, I started training with Alpha the Wild Samoan Pops.
Okay.
So then, and I did about a year and a half of WXW and learning under Pops and everything like that. And I just felt like it was time to kind of reach out to different things because it's like you can't just stay in one place.
Yeah.
If you do that, you're kind of just you're limiting yourself. So we decided, okay, well, we've done all we can do with WXW. Let's